Imagine a moment of profound silence, a moment when the grand narratives, the comforting illusions, the very pillars upon which you've built your understanding of existence, suddenly crumble. You look out at the universe, at your own life, and you realize there is no inherent purpose, no grand design, no cosmic meaning woven into the fabric of reality. Just the void, an unfathomable emptiness. What would you feel in that moment? Pure terror? Or an unexpected, chilling sense of liberation? This is the abyss we speak of, a concept that has haunted philosophers for centuries. Existential nihilism. Not merely apathy or indifference, but a profound, often unsettling, understanding that life, in itself, possesses no intrinsic meaning, purpose, or value. It's a cold, stark truth that can freeze the soul, leaving us adrift in an indifferent cosmos. But this abyss is not merely a black hole of despair. It is a paradox. For in the very moment that all imposed meanings dissolve, an infinite freedom is born. The freedom to create your own meaning. The freedom to define your own values. The freedom to live, not by a pre-written script, but by the sheer force of your own will. This freedom can be both profoundly liberating and utterly terrifying. In this journey, we will delve into the heart of this paradox, why meaninglessness can set you free, and why that very freedom can fill you with dread. The initial encounter with the void is often accompanied by an immense weight, the weight of consciousness, the burden of knowing. The great philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche, in the 19th century, famously declared, "God is dead." This wasn't a theological statement, but a profound cultural observation. Nietzsche saw that the traditional foundations of meaning, morality, and values, often rooted in divine concepts, were crumbling. With the death of God, not just a religious figure, but the entire absolute framework that gave our lives inherent meaning vanished. This collapse left a colossal vacuum. If there's no absolute truth to tell us what is right, what is good, or what our purpose is, then what? This is where the terror begins. The terror of absolute responsibility. If no one else is there to chart our course, then the entire burden of our choices, our values, and the meaning of our lives rests solely on our own shoulders. This weight can be paralyzing. Many, confronted with this burden, feel lost, anxious, and even fall into a deep despair. They search for a guide, a map, a preordained purpose, but find only silence. This stage is one of profound disorientation, and at times, utter hopelessness. But is this the end of the road? Or perhaps merely the beginning of a new, terrifying, yet exhilarating journey? But in the very heart of this void, a liberating truth emerges. If there is no inherent meaning, then we are free from all imposed meanings. Free from societal expectations, free from ancient dogmas, free from a destiny written by others. This is what Jean-Paul Sartre, the existentialist philosopher, called being condemned to be free. Sartre believed that existence precedes essence, meaning we are first thrown into this world, and then, through our choices and actions, we create our essence, our meaning. This is an immense responsibility, but also an unparalleled power. You are no longer forced to fit into molds designed for you. You can be whoever you choose to be. You can create whatever meaning resonates with you. This freedom allows you to build your life, not on external shoulds and should-nots, but on your deepest I wills. This liberation allows us to pursue authenticity. Instead of blindly following pre-trodden paths, we can listen to our inner voice and forge a life that truly reflects our values and passions. This is where love, art, knowledge, and deep human connections find personal significance. They are no longer external objectives, but conscious choices we make to fill the void with our own chosen values. As Viktor Frankl, a survivor of concentration camps and founder of logotherapy, profoundly stated, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. This freedom, born from the abyss, is the ultimate act of self-creation." This journey into the heart of meaninglessness can be a solitary one, but it doesn't have to be. We're exploring some of the deepest questions of existence here, and your perspective is invaluable. If you're finding this exploration thought-provoking, and if you resonate with these ideas, please consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us continue to delve into these profound topics and build a community of curious minds. And as we continue our journey, I'd love to hear, what does this idea of liberating freedom mean to you? Have you ever felt this sense of release from imposed meanings? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights enrich this conversation for everyone. But this boundless freedom also has a dark, terrifying side. If nothing truly matters, if there is no inherent meaning, then what stops us from doing anything? This is the chilling question Fyodor Dostoevsky, the great Russian novelist, explored in his works, most notably in The Brothers Karamazov, where the character, Ivan Karamazov, famously states, "If God is dead, everything is permitted." This question strikes at the heart of the terror of freedom. When all moral and value frameworks collapse, there's a risk of falling into an abyss of indifference or even chaos. If nothing matters, then why strive? Why be good? Why care about others? This is where nihilism can morph into a paralyzing apathy, where an individual finds no motivation to act or create, seeing everything as ultimately meaningless. The weight of choice becomes unbearable, leading to inaction. Another terror is the terror of infinite choices. When no path is preordained, every choice you make means forsaking an infinite number of other possibilities. This burden of choice can be immensely heavy. This is the existential dread, the fear of your own freedom, the fear of complete responsibility for your life, and the fear that you might never find the right meaning, precisely because there is no right meaning to begin with. It's the terrifying realization that you are the sole architect of your own reality, with no blueprint provided. So, how do we navigate this boundless abyss, experiencing its liberation without succumbing to its terror? How do we live with this profound paradox? Albert Camus, the philosopher of absurdism, offers a compelling answer that, while accepting meaninglessness, allows us to live with passion and defiance. He famously explored this in The Myth of Sisyphus, telling the story of a man condemned to eternally push a boulder up a hill, only for it to roll back down each time it reaches the summit. Camus argues that Sisyphus is the absurd hero. He knows the futility of his task, but in the moment the rock rolls back down, he becomes superior to his fate. He rebels against the absurd with full awareness. His rebellion lies in the act of pushing the rock itself, in the struggle itself. He finds joy in the very act of defiance. He is happy not because of the outcome, but because of the act itself, because of his conscious revolt against the absurd. As Camus famously wrote, "The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart." One must imagine Sisyphus happy. This is how we can create our own meaning within the abyss, not by denying the void, but by embracing it. By accepting that there is no preordained meaning, we are freed to construct our own. This meaning can be found in love, in art, in science, in helping others, in small moments of joy, or in the very struggle of living. It is a conscious choice to care about the things we value, even if the universe does not. It is the ultimate act of defiance against the indifferent cosmos. If this journey into the depths of existence resonated with you, and you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss our next profound and thought-provoking videos. Until next time, keep questioning.